I like to wake up early for a lot of reasons. One of them is this right here. You get these places to yourself. There is, that one car was pulling in, there's like 5 cars in this parking lot. Later, this whole thing will be full, but for now, have the place to yourself. I'm here in the locker room with today's triathlon finisher. Whew, it was tough out there. He took first overall, first in his age group, first in every category because he was the only one in the entire rec center doing a triathlon, at least that I could tell. Let's get right to it, Steve. That was an incredible performance out there. Good. Let's start with the swim. How'd you feel out there? How was the water? It was a tough day. I didn't sleep very good last night. Made it tough. Man, the swim, I haven't been in the pool in a while. It was fun, but that water was a little slow today. It was like it was a little wetter than usual or something. I don't know what happened, but it was slow water. It felt like I was swimming uphill. Thought I was gonna feel good, thought I was gonna glide, but every stroke was a little bit of work, and by the end, I was winded pretty good. Oh man, my lips are so chapped. Whew. Yeah, I mean, it really looked like you struggled on one of those turns there. What happened there? Tell us about that. Look, I might have been messing around just a little bit on that turn, but for the most part, I was thinking, man, don't drown. Just don't drown. It would be embarrassing if that 15-year-old girl that's a lifeguard had to pull me out of the pool. It was rough, though. Also, I'm not so sure those carne asada nachos from last night helped. They were sure good when I ate them, but I don't know how much good they did me in the pool this morning. All right, let's move on to the bike section of the triathlon. Tell us about that. Looked like a pretty brutal stretch there. Walk us through it. Brutal is right. I don't know why they don't make those bike seats a little more comfortable. That thing was practically in me, and I was only on that bike for about 20 minutes. It's like torture. And my legs, I hadn't been on a spin bike in a little while, and my legs were feeling it, begging for mercy towards the end. And you saw my wattage. It wasn't through the roof. It wasn't bad. It wasn't through the roof. But a couple of times there I tried to hydrate, grab a swig out of my water bottle, but it's tough to run the camera and a drink and keep my speed up and all that. So I did my best, but yeah, and I mean, somehow you pushed through, right? Tell us about that. How did you push through like that? Towards the end there, it was almost pure willpower just to finish that bike off. I was so glad when I only had 1 mile left. It felt good. I knew I was doing about maybe 3.5 or 3 minutes and 40 seconds per mile. So I was glad that I only had 1 mile left, and Plus, there were a few other people in the spin bike area, and even though I don't care what they think and they weren't looking at me, they were looking at me. I want to make sure I put on a good show for the crowd, right? Well, that was a really, really good job on the bike. Now let's move on to the run segment of the race. You turned out one of the fastest times of the day out there on the indoor track. Help us, walk us through the run. Tell us about if you had a strategy and what was your plan for the run section of the race. Yeah, look, running is probably of the three events, running is where I'm most comfortable. I feel pretty good out there. I think a lot of people expected me to be on the treadmill today, but I don't love the treadmill. In fact, in order of preference, it goes run outside, run indoors on a track, run on the treadmill, and then way down here where you can't see, don't run at all. That's my preference. So at first I didn't feel good. Anybody who's got off a bike and started running knows it's tough. Also, 3.1 miles is not the furthest I've ever run. I knew I was going to be able to handle the mileage okay. So that, I noticed, I was watching out there. What's up with that guy running backwards on the track? That had to have been a little exciting or a little unexpected, right? I mean, tell us what happened there. Yeah, maybe the highlight or low light of the entire triathlon was that guy running backwards on the track. I mean, that guy was running backwards. Well, first he was walking backwards in the running lane, which is probably the dumbest way you can do that. And then he started to run, and I was like, what in the world is wrong with this guy? Some people, right, just don't pay attention. Anyway, now tell us, we're getting close to the end of the run. You're down to your final sprint. Tell us about your final sprint. How'd that go? Yeah, so I didn't really sprint the final little bit there like you're supposed to do in a normal race. I just jogged it out to the end. All done. One triathlon down. Oh, thank goodness. I am so tired. Okay, last comments from you, if you don't mind. Just give us your final thoughts. How do you feel like the race went? How do you feel about yourself? Just wrap it all up for us. I feel pretty good. I haven't done all three of those events at once in one day in a long time. It was kind of fun. I wish that I was a little stronger in the swim. Would I do it again? But shoot, I would probably do it again. The big question is, does doing an indoor triathlon stave off the boredom? And I think so. So yeah, this is a good one. It gave me something to do. I had to do a little preparation to build up for it. Yeah, it gave me a little something to do, a little prep work in there. So it wasn't bad. I'd probably do it again. I'd say at least for about 3 or 4 hours this morning, we killed some boredom.